Amazing news, guys! We've had a leak of what the iPhone 16 could look like in 2024, and it does look like at last we have an updated design. Let me tell you all the details about this new design, and also let me tell you the latest on the iPhone 16 Pro Max release date and price too. So there, we are right at the end of 2023 and about to go into 2024, and in that year we will see the new iPhone 16, 16 Plus, 16 Pro, 16 Pro Max, and even the possibility of an iPhone Ultra model for the first time too. Today, what I want to mainly talk about is the leak that we've had in of a new iPhone 16 prototype design. And first of all, I want to talk about the actual camera lenses on the back, because it looks like this has changed here. As you can see right here, we've had a report in from Mac Rumors who have claimed that they have the prototype leaks of the iPhone 16 design. As you can see, it looks like the iPhone 16 rear camera lenses are a cross between the design of an iPhone 10 and a 10s or X or XS, whatever you wanted to call it back then, with the iPhone 12 design. This means that the cameras on the back are vertical again, and they're not a diagonal like we've had ever since the iPhone 13 models onwards. What is also interesting is the camera lenses are now in one cluster on the back too, with a nice ring metal finish around both of them together, so they are grouped together. But then you may ask, well, what about the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max? Does this mean the back of those cameras are going to look different too? Well, it's very possible that we may see a design like the renders that you're seeing right here, where we'll actually have the same wide and ultra wide camera lenses in the same cluster, but then we'll have an additional cluster that will house the telephoto camera lens and also the LiDAR sensor inside of it too. Again, these designs are just prototype, so things could still change in the future. But there are also other changes too to the design, like Mac Rumors have shown here with the volume buttons. So again, this is the iPhone 16 design, so the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus, and we can see that the action button has been added this time round, and also you can see that the volume rockers are like in a long pill design or something very similar to like the dynamic island design, and the volumes on there are much more longer and they're also a bit bigger too. We've actually had the same sort of volume button design for many years now, so it looks like at last Apple updating this to change these buttons. For my own personal thoughts, I'm really happy that Apple are finally updating the design of the iPhone, it looks like. We had 4 generations of essentially this design we've had here. Obviously, there's been a few little tweaks and things like this, but generally it's been the same design. So I'm really liking it. And to be honest, I do actually like that cluster design where everything's all housed together. I'm really fond of that. But one thing that I would say is that if Apple do update this design, do expect it for the next sort of generations of iPhone. So obviously this is going to be the iPhone 16 design. Expect the same design probably all the way up to, say, the iPhone 19 or even the iPhone 20 potentially, because Apple like to keep the same design for, say, 3 or 4 years, as we've learned previously. And with that, before I continue on, now is a good time more than ever to mention that all leaks and reports that you see here are not 100% proof that they will come true with the new iPhone. I can only present you what reports or information and renders that are out there. So basically, the renders that are being created here are based off those sort of leaks and reports that you are seeing out there. So the final iPhone may not look like this. However, if you are still watching this video, then you're as curious as I am in knowing what is being said about the next iPhone anyway. So then, next of all, let's talk about the release date. But just before that, let's have a quick word from today's sponsor. So then guys, I'm just going to say one thing. Let there be light. This is the new HoneyWell Smart Lighting Floor Lamp. And it provides excellent light, as you can see, because it's right above me right now. This new HoneyWell Smart Lighting Floor Lamp is really easy to put together and only took me a couple of minutes to assemble. Once it was all assembled, I was absolutely fascinated with the amount of light it provides. It has a 24 by 11.3 inch rectangular panel that emits light up and down. The floor lamp utilizes ceiling diffuse reflections and microprism diffusers to evenly spread the light throughout the whole entire space of your room, with an illumination range of up to 172 square foot. The floor lamp has a brightness of 10,400 luminums, and this is spread between 2,900 luminums pointing downwards and 7,500 lumens pointing upwards. With this dial here, you can adjust the 100-watt desk lamp between 10 and 100% brightness. And the lamp is 77.4 inches tall, with just like an overhead sun. And to be honest, it's really good to help out with fiddly sort of tasks that I like to tinker with. Going forward, I'm going to use this lamp for my unboxings in my studio that I have right here, because I think it can provide you an excellent amount of brightness for all the different unboxings of technology that I do. So I'm going to really utilize this lamp amazingly, because I think it's really great. And if you want to get your hands on this new HoneyWell Smart Lamp, well, you can check it out in the links that are in the description below. And also, Honeywell also providing a 10% discount too. So make sure you check that out right now. Now, for release date, as it's so early, we cannot fully predict the exact date of when it will be for the iPhone 16 Ultra. However, one thing we can be sure of, just like the iPhone 15, where we actually had the Wonderless event actually happening in September time, it is most likely it's going to be exactly the same for the iPhone 16, just like it was for the iPhone 14, the 13 and the 12 as well. Normally all of these events happen around September time unless something really big is happening in the world to prevent it from happening, just like in 2020 with COVID-19. But without this then, generally speaking, Apple like to do their event around about mid-September time or the earlier sort of mid-September time, and then normally release their sort of iPhones around about 10 days later. So at the moment, predict that it'll probably be around about sort of mid-September, and then probably a week later, so in the early sort of 20s of the sort of September time, that you'll be able to get your hands on the brand new iPhone 16 models. But of course, as we get even closer to the actual release date, I'm sure more details will come in of the actual date of when it's going to be happening, and of course I will let you know when the exact date is going to be. So then guys, with the details of release date out of the way, and I'm just going to talk about the price in a second, what I want to talk about quickly now though is the giveaway that we're having on this channel, what is happening at the end of this month in December. There's an international giveaway and anyone can enter in, and the prize that we're giving away is one of these. It is an iPhone 15 Pro Max. I'm going to be giving this away to one lucky subscriber in the last week of December, so this is going to be December 25th all the way to about December 31st. There's going to be a live stream event happening on this channel where we're going to announce the winner of this iPhone 15 Pro Max. And all you have to do to enter into this competition is put down in the comments below of what Apple gear you might buy before the end of 2023 or even into 2024. And it doesn't just have to be Apple gear, it can be any technology that you're planning to buy. Put it down in the comments below. And on this international giveaway, like I said guys, it will be happening in that last week of December, and all you have to do to enter is put a comment in. And if you are brand new here, make sure at the same time to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell, because you'll want to know when that live stream event is going to happen. But quickly, what I also just add here, sadly there are still lots of scammers, spammers, people impersonating myself, telling you to WhatsApp, Telegram, all of this. This is not me at all. I will not be sending messages like this. I'll be paying for postage, so please do ignore them, or better still, please do report them, as you can see right here. And with that, let's now talk about the price of the iPhone 16 models. Now, more than likely, if we are going to be getting a new design like we've seen in the renders today, then it's potential that we could see an increase on the iPhone 16 prices. And it'd probably go up by about $100 or so. Now, before you go screaming and shouting and things like this, at the end of the day, the Apple iPhone's prices haven't actually technically increased around the world. Apple is still making the same amount of profit, if not less profit, on all their iPhones over the last sort of 4-5 years. At the end of the day, in America with the US dollar, the iPhone models have actually sold for the same price now for the last sort of 5-6 years. There's been no price increases. Now, in other parts of the world, like why I'm here in the UK, and other parts as well, like the euro and other things as well, then obviously, you know, your currency to the US dollar might have got weaker, might have got stronger. Maybe there's been new import taxes. At the end of the day, the price does reflect against that, and because of that then the price might be higher or it might be less to the US dollar. Apple at the same time just make the same amount of profit wherever they sell an iPhone, wherever they're selling it inside the world right now. So don't go shouting that, you know, they're increasing the prices all the time. it is probably more to do with your country's currency, or it's to do with taxes and things like this. So for Apple to increase them by about $100 across the board here, if we are getting new designs, then to be honest, I would say it's about time, because we have not actually had a price increase, like I said, in about 5 years or so on that. And on that note as well, guys, it's time to wrap up this video. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. And also, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews, and comparisons, please also make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye-bye.